that's going to be a good game. I don't know if they knew that or not, but okay, we will gladly take it. Ladies and gentle mages, civilians across the multiverse, welcome back to another episode with ManaMan, and today we've got a juicer for you. I absolutely love this deck. We got Modified Springs. It's a deck revolving around Invigorating Hot Springs. Absolutely love this card. So whenever it enters the battlefield, put 4/1/1 counters on it. Modified creatures you control have haste, which is awesome, and then you're going to remove a 1/1 counter on it, and then you're just going to be able to put it on it. It has to be as a sorcery, but there's a lot of cool things you can do. You can really storm off this card. It gives you a lot of modified creatures. There's a lot of different synergies we got going on here. First off, let's go with the Artillery Enthusiast. This card, modified creatures you control have menace, which is awesome, and you can also discard a card and then seek a mana value equal to that card's value. Pretty cool here. I mean, we do have a lot of moving parts here. We got two different 2-drops. We don't have any 3-drops, so like that ability is kind of limited, honestly, but giving everything menace is good enough to run. Obviously, we've got Kumano faces Kakkazan, which is really, really good. We're going to be able to buff up our turn 2 creature, deal damage, and exile things. Generous Visitor is here because we have a ton of different enchantments. We've got Invigorating Hot Spring, we've got Roaring Earth, and Kumano. So I think running at least 12 makes it worth it. It's cutting it close though. It really is. If we were running like 8, if you decided to cut out the Roaring Earth or Invigorating Hot Springs or something, I don't think you could run the Generous Visitor. But because 12 is like the minimum, I think we're okay there. We have Snakeskin Veil, which is cool. There's also Tamiyo's Safekeeping, but I prefer this because it gives everything modified with the 1/1 counter. Obviously, we're running Tenacious Pup because this is Alchemy, and we obviously have Rahilda, Wanted Cutthroat, which is really awesome. I'm kind of almost considering running 4 of these things because we do have the Enthusiast, so we could also just discard it if in case we have clogged up here. So, and it has Legendary, so I'm kind of considering running 4 here, but for right now, we're just running 3. Roaring Earth is really cool. Whenever a land comes into the battlefield, technically not landfall on the card, but it pretty much is. It's going to give 1/1 counter to everything, or something, not everything, and then you're going to be able to just give it modified, and you can also use the channel ability for really, really sneaky a chump blocker. It comes up quite a bit, oddly enough. You can use the Roaring Earth to like channel it and then just create a land to just chump block something. I don't know, maybe it's just like, I'm sure it doesn't happen a whole lot in the long run, but I don't know, lately it's been happening a lot. But obviously, we got the Hot Springs. Look at that monkey. They gotta be just so comfortable in that thing. I mean, Hot Springs are, I've never been in one, but man, I gotta imagine it's pretty soothing. But this is the key of the deck here. We're gonna be able to just chump out 1/1 counters on everything and give everything haste. And it's pretty much the key of the deck here. So, for Thundering Raijus, I love this card. This card puts us over the top. You're going to put a 1/1 counter again on something else you control, and you're going to deal X damage to each opponent, where X is the number of modified creatures you control other than Thundering Raiju. So you're just going to be able to just do extra damage on top, make some more modified creatures, and it has haste on top. Doesn't benefit from the Hot Springs if you have it, but you can just give the Hot Springs to something else. Already has haste, but it doesn't matter. Thundering Raiju, I mean, I'm going to brag a little bit here about the alternate art, it is really beautiful. Absolutely love it. I like the original art too, so I love this card so much. But then we got Halana and Alena to top off, which is 2. I'm actually kind of almost debating putting this as Toski instead of Halana and Alena. I know this gives 1/1 counters and creates more modified creatures, so it's close, but I think you could really run Toski instead of Halana and Alena. I genuinely don't know. I wouldn't run them both side by side, but Toski allows you to draw a bunch of cards, and I think that puts a lot of pressure on your opponent as well, so it's genuinely kind of hard. I think Halana and Alena by the time is like the curve topper, so I think I might change this to Toski, to be completely honest with you, but I'm not really sure. But either way, we've got Lair of the Hydras, we got Den of the Bugbears, we got Sokenzan. We got 2 Boseiju who endures because I love this card. This card is the best legendary land in my opinion. But other than that, this is the deck. We're going to use the Hot Springs. Let's go ahead and see if we can use the Hot Springs to bathe our enemies out of lose. I don't know where I'm going with that. Let's get ready to vanquish some enemies. Listen, how we doing here? Let's go ahead. Oh, this is a keeper. This is a keeper. I absolutely love this deck. There's a lot of different things it can do. Let's go ahead and fix this up here. The Generous Visitor, we are running enough enchantments to really hone in on this Generous Visitor, and I think it's a nice little addition here. So, opponent gives a mulligan. We're going to go ahead and give them a friendly mulligan hello. Tenacious Pup. Tenacious Pup is quite the good 1-drop here, but I don't know. So, here's the question. Do we want to go for Generous Visitor first to get the value out of the Kumano? I think we do. I think that's going to be what we do. Let's go ahead and drop you. almost, usually always you want to drop the Kumano first, but just to get our value out of the Generous Visitor, I think this is the move. Then we can hold up a Snakeskin Veil. Yeah, that seems pretty good to me. We'll take a measly 1, but I'm not worried about that 1. No way, son. No way. Let's go ahead and drop this, and yeah, we're just going to go for the Kumano, and now Generous Visitor is going to pop off. Now, Generous Visitor is now modified, so that is really cool. We also have a Snakeskin Veil, so yep, okay, we're going to swing in. And we're beating you to the punch. We're on the draw, and we're beating you to the punch as of right now. Could very well change with a Stormseeker or something, but as of right now, we're sitting pretty. So there it is. I called it. So there's a Reckless Stormseeker. Really unfortunate. Even if I knew they had it, it's not like I would do anything because Generous Visitor is not big enough. This is going to be a 4/4 with Trample and Vigilance. Yikes. Okay, so now we've got to readjust here a little bit. Here's the question. We're really slow here. I think I might want to put the Snakeskin Veil on the Generous Visitor so that the Hot Spring is going to give it 1, and then I can give it 1 again. So I think I'm just going to make this thing really tall. So let's go for Snakeskin Veil, put this on 3/3. We do get another Kumano, which might change things a little bit, but now we can go for a Hot Spring. Give this up to 4/4, and then now Hot Spring can give this up to 5/5. And I think I want to do this, and do I want to... I think we're going to have to just chill. And... yeah, I think we're going to have to just chill. But this way we're going to be big enough to block this 4/4, theoretically. So that's really nice. Now if they drop something big and fat, or removal's kind of the worst thing. Rahilda's actually kind of okay. We can withstand that. But as long as we have this Generous Visitor nice and tall, I don't care how wide you get, to a degree. So Reckless Stormseeker's going to give... I think they're just going to do nothing, right? Or are they gonna... do they have like a Snakeskin Veil? That'd be pretty... Oh, why are you doing this? Okay, I think we're gonna have to take the bait here. Or should we not? If they've got some sort of removal, I kind of want to just take this. And then we'll have Halana and Alena next turn, along with the Kumano. So we're gonna take that, go down to 10. I think they've got some sort of removal, or like maybe a Snakeskin Veil, and they just want to trade this. But I don't want to... oh. Yikes. So we got the absolute minimum out of that because Thundering Rebuke does 4. I mean, hey, you can't really account for Thundering Rebuke. But, oh, gosh, that's really unfortunate. Okay. Well, let's see if we can recuperate. Let's go for Halana and Alena, and we'll put the Hot Spring on the Halana and Alena. That way we get an extra little bit out of the Kumano. And now we've got another 5/5. So, kind of unfortunate that these... unfortunately, don't really have vigilance, so I think it's a losing battle. So we're just gonna have to hold this back. We'll be able to block this, the Rahilda with the Halana and Alena, and the Etching of Kumano can block off the Reckless Stormseeker. There's another one. Pretty annoying, but I think we're gonna be okay. I would like to draw maybe one more creature. I think we're gonna draw one more creature and we'll be okay. So let's see how they want to play this out. They're gonna give it. They might give them both to the Stormseekers for a 5/5 or a 5/4 rather. So that way we would have to trade the Etching. I think we're gonna do it. It's kind of risky and it's not phenomenal. But if we, if we go down to 5 and we brick on our draw, and the next turn they have another creature, like we lose. So like I think we're gonna do this. It doesn't feel great. I know that we could get big and then just block them out totally. We get another Halana and Alena. That's a travesty. It's a travesty, absolute travesty. Okay, we're feeling the pressure now. We're gonna go for Kumano faces Kakkazan. We'll deal 1, and this is just rough. We're gonna go ahead and give the Hot Spring to our Halana and Alena, but that is just brutal. We could play down another Halana and Alena. Obviously, that doesn't do anything, so we'll go ahead and just say no, we don't have vigilance, so we can't really swing in. We'll keep up the Boseiju who endures, but I don't think that's going to be very relevant. Really nasty here. Hopefully they don't draw into some big creature. If they can still draw into like a smaller creature, and we can wall them off with a Halana. Let's see if they're going to use the Rahilda. I don't know. Let's see. We're going to have to block out the Rahilda. they're going to be able to grab a lot of value with the Rahilda. This giving this thing haste, I mean, it's not phenomenal. It's pretty bad still. But we also give up another single point of damage here, don't we? I guess we can make the Boseiju, who endures, relevant. If we block this and they take an enchantment, we can make this relevant. Okay. Okay. Doesn't feel great. We're gonna go ahead and let the Rahilda go, but we're gonna save on 1 damage. They're gonna be able to get another card, so they're just gonna get an Artillery Enthusiast. That doesn't help. That doesn't help them at all. They don't have any ways to make their creatures modified. But we're gonna need something, because this Kumano Faces Kakkazan is not gonna be able to go into the etching until another turn, so that's not good. Yeah, okay, we'll go ahead and draw here. Oh, okay, now it does go nighttime, which is a little bit anxiety-inducing, but now we can go for Roaring Earth. I mean, that's not the best draw. What can we do here? We can use the Channel ability and put X 1/1 counters on target land you control. It becomes a 0/1 creature with haste. So I'm pretty much just having to use... We have no way to use this Boseiju who endures, so I'm just going to go ahead and use this, and we're going to use Roaring Earth. Yeah, I think that's just the best move we can do right now. We're going to use this and put it down for 2. I think 2 is the best move, so that we can actually keep something up. We'll go ahead and put it on you. This way we'll be able to keep it up. We'll use Invigorating Hot Springs on the Halana and Alena. Yep, that looks really crazy here, because it's green, but then it's got... I've never seen this. It looks like a watermelon or something. So we're going to use Invigorating Hot Springs on the Halana and Alena, because obviously that will go ahead and make our mountain, our pretty little mountain creature, bigger. Oh, a Flameless Bolt! Oh, you're killing me! You're killing me here, Smalls. You're killing me. Okay, well, either way, we'll be up to a 5/6. We're not going to swing in. We want the Rahilda to stay put. And we've got it walled off. We've got it absolutely walled off, so that's really nice. Oh, and they're going to end their turn. We got another Roaring Earth, which is not, like, the greatest thing, but it's not terrible either. It's not awful either. We're still going to be able to get haste with anything that comes in the board, so I guess we'll use the Roaring Earth. We can use it for the Channel ability to get, like, a sneak blocker, I guess. That's probably what I want to do, because we can just make the etching of Kumano. Bang! Look how scary that is. Let's go ahead and just swing in here. I'm not going to swing in with both. No reason to do that. Yep. And we'll go and boom, go down to 10. And this Roaring Earth is going to make a sneaky chump blocker. So I'd rather just do that. If they have some sort of way to get rid of Halana and Alena, I'd rather just use the Roaring Earth to just chump block this, and then we can sneakily sneak in. Oh, they actually do this. So... Okay. I mean, they have double strike, so I guess I kind of want to just be sneaky here. But we also have another Halana and Alena, so, like, I don't know. I mean, if they've got another Thundering Rebuke, let's go ahead and do this. This is kind of sneaky here. This is kind of sneaky. Let's go ahead and pay 1, and we'll give it to another... Let's give it to this thing, and we'll pay 1 to make a little chump blocker here. We're just going to chump block. That way, if they've got a Thundering Rebuke, they can't kill Halana and Alena. I think that they've got some sort of removal spell, and they wanted us to trade here. I think that's what they wanted us to do. And we are not... We are running Thundering Raiju. Oh my god, this is unbelievable. Oh, goodness. We are running Thundering Raiju as our only other 4-drop, because we're running 2 Halana and Alena, so... I figured the opportunity to have a Thundering Raiju was pretty low, but now we're paying the price. Okay, that was really dumb of me, but they do have to chump block this, so that's really cool. With the Artillery Enthusiast, so, you know, pretty cool. This is a massive, whopping 12/12, and if we can get another land source, we get the Thundering Raiju going. But yeah, I mean, that is really sad. They have their own Halana and Alena, and this is nerve-wracking. If they're gonna swing in here, I think we're gonna have to block. I mean, we can't. It's gonna be kind of hard to brick next turn. We don't brick, but it's still pretty gosh darn bad. Let's go for the Generous Visitor, and let's see if we can make something go on here. They're gonna have to block here, right? So they're gonna have to just block this, or just chump block this. Swinging with this. I think we're still gonna have to keep a Halana and Alena packed, right? Hold on. This is gonna get a little funky here. So if we swing in with this, they have to at least chump block something. That is guaranteed. And then we'll keep 2 back. So that way if they get rid of the Rahilda... Yeah, I think this is the best move. So we can't push for lethal here. So we swing in with these 2. They can chump block, I guess, and then trade. But if we do this, they chump block, they're gonna have to block at least. Yeah, so we're gonna do this. They've got to block the etching, that's guaranteed, and then they have to at least chump block or at least trade with the Rahilda, because we obviously can push for lethal here. So down to 5, and we have 8 life. I don't think that they're gonna be able to do 8 life. We still have an etching, so yeah, I mean I think that was the best move. Sometimes I'm a little dumb. It takes me a while to comprehend the different battle scenarios, but yeah, that was definitely the best move, and we're gonna take it. Good game. The springs. Let's take it. Remember to subscribe to the channel for more Magic deck videos every single day. Average guy, 777. Well, let's see what we got here. We can't really go into Generous Visitor turn 1, which is unfortunate. I'm still gonna keep. Is that a mistake? It might be. It very well could be. I guess we will see. Because we're on the play, I guess it's just something I'm gonna do. We'll go for Den of the Bugbear turn 2 and then at least get a Generous Visitor out. Or we can go for Roaring Earth. Visiting Hot Spring. So we're already very awkward, but this is the path I chose. I'm not asking for sympathy. This is what I chose here. How do we want to do this? Go for Roaring Earth. That's kind of cool, but if we go for Generous Visitor, yeah, I think Roaring Earth is just the most mana efficient thing we can do here. A little bit awkward here, but that's okay. I mean, we usually want to put Generous Visitor down before you go into Roaring Earth. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm starting to feel a little queasy about it now. Our opponent does have the absolutely beautiful sleeves. These are absolutely gorgeous. So kudos to you for having them, because I do not. Kamiya Bamboo Grows. I think this card is one of the best one drops like in the game. No joke. I mean, it's just insane what it does. And it is an enchantment, which is really cool as well. We get another Thundering Raiju. Okay, so how do we want to play this? Becomes, gosh, we could go for Generous Visitor, but that doesn't. And then we could play down the mountain to get the effect of the Roaring Earth. But I don't think that's that good. I think we're just better off going for the Hot Spring, right? I mean. Woof! Woof! I think we're just... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I guess we'll just go for Tenacious Pup. We don't have a Hot Spring or anything to put on it right yet. I think we just... Because our opponent is being a little more aggressive than us, they've already ramped with the Kami, I think we're just going to have to put up this wall and gain a little bit of life. I think that's the best move. Hollowed Haunting. Yeah, so now we can't block out the Visitor. Now we can't block out the Visitor. Hollowed Haunting is actually... kind of, you know, it's definitely scary. They actually don't swing in, which is really puzzling. It's actually really puzzling. I don't know why you wouldn't do that. Okay, well, we're going to be able to drop Thundering Raiju. Let's go. We're just really ignoring the Generous Visitor and the Hot Springs this match, but I think that's just going to be what we have to do. Let's go ahead and put the 1/1 counter on the pup, and we'll go with the Thundering Raiju, and this is going to be a 4/4 with Trample and Vigilance now. So I'm going to swing in here, and do I want to put it on the Tenacious Pup or the Raiju? I think we're going to put it on the Raiju. Because we're already dealing damage, this is already modified. So I'd rather just be able to keep the Raiju. If they want to double block, that's fine, and they do not. So 11 to 19. Now we're putting the pressure on. This Hallowed Haunting is going to be able... The worst thing they can do here is put some sort of removal, and they don't. They go with the Wedding Announcement, which is pretty decent here. The only problem is these things are going to get really big. So, okay, we're sitting okay here. We can go for another Thundering Raiju, or we can go for Generous Visitor and Hot Springs. What do we want to do? If we go for the Generous Visitor and then go for Hot Springs, it feels just like a little... It still feels pretty bad. I mean, I think the Thundering Raiju is just kind of the way we're going to have to go here. Yeah, we're just going to go out full out beatdown. And we're going to put this, at least one on the Raiju. And yeah, we want to get this up to a 4/4 so that they can't positively trade with this. So, yeah, as long as we can get up to 4/4s so that the Generous Visitor is nice and pressured. So you're going to double block this Raiju. They're going to chump block this. And then this Raiju is just going to go straight through. So we get them down to 2. We have the Hollowed Haunting up. That is the biggest problem. As long as they can't gain life, we might be in luck here. Catilda. Okay, so this is actually pretty good. It does have Lifelink, but the Thundering Raiju is going to be able to deal lethal just with its ability. So just with its ability, we're going to be fine. I guess we're going to go ahead and, well, I mean, we probably should have waited for a Generous Visitor, but it's not going to be a big deal. We're still going to be able to get Generous Visitor and a Hot Spring out, and because we have 2 different modified creatures on here, we're going to be able to deal damage to the abilities right here. So boom, we do this, and the Thundering Raiju is just going to deal lethal. We don't even have to worry about this lifelink, so boom. Very cool. Sinfully you, huh? Okay, well, let's see if you can sin. How big of a sinner are you? Let's see what we can get going here. Ooh, do we want to go with the Generous Visitor into the Kumano? Getting into the Kumano earlier is pretty good, and then getting a Rahilda 3/3, so we won't get our value from the Generous Visitor that way. But we can't really go for Kumano either way unless we want to commit to the Crucible of Defiance. So there's actually a lot of things, there's a lot of moving parts in this hand here. Because we're going against green, I think I want to go tall. And I think it's more important to get Rahilda as a 3/3 first striker versus green here. Lots of moving parts with this opening hand, so we forego the Generous Visitor. My apologies, Visitor. We're gonna go for a Rangers class. Okay. Okay, we get another land. Getting a little bit too many lands here. Not really crazy about that. Oh, I am pretty crazy about Rahilda being a 3/3 first striker. That is going to be cool. We're going to be able to use Invigorating Hot Spring to make it a 4/4 if they don't get anything too crazy. Or who knows? I mean, we might not even want to play that if they don't play something juicy down here. Savella the Ice Shaper. Okay, I have not seen this card be used in a long time. Holy wow. Okay. Interesting. Okay, well, we're going to not have to play the Generous Visitor. Let's go for this. We're just going to go for the Hot Spring. Do we want to just put it on the Rahilda? I think we do. I think we do. If we could put it on the Etching and swing in with both, but that's not gonna cut it. I think we're just gonna put it on the Rahilda and call it a day. We'll swing in here. Savella, man. Are they gonna just try and ramp up to the high heavens or what? That is hilarious. Okay, we'll do 4. Now we're gonna be able to steal a card here. We do. Oh, that was a Kura, the Bound the Sky. I wish it would like well, I kind of wish it would just show you the whole time, but you know, it is what it is. So the Savella Ice Shaper, let's see if they can make use of this thing. I think this card is awful, so I don't know, maybe it'll prove me wrong. We're going to be able to go into Thundering Raiju. I just feel bad for this little Generous Visitor. We just have no room for you, buddy. I'm sorry. Next turn, we're definitely going into the Thundering Raiju. And then the next turn, if we survive Akura, the Bound the Sky with our Rahilda. Yeah, here it is. There it is. I can't move the cursor into it, but you can see it. There it is. Alright, so Garrick, Wrath of the Wilds. Okay, what's fresh? So they're gonna draft a card. I actually love this Garrick, Wrath of the Wilds. I like that it's playable. The last like 2 that came out in Standard have been like just unplayable garbage. Not the Ultrain one was okay, but it was kind of outclassed. And then there was that that other one that was just like horrible. It was like unplayably bad. Okay, so we get a Roaring Earth. That's gonna be cool for Generous Visitor eventually, but I don't even know if we're gonna get into that. So yeah, I'm just gonna go straight in for Thundering Raiju here. It already has haste, so Hot Spring is a little bit redundant there. How do we want to play this out? We can go ahead and just give this to the Raiju. Or the Kumano. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do this, and then we'll be able to put the Raiju onto the Kumano. I'm just gonna swing into your face. I don't want to worry about this Garrick too much. We'll just put it on the Kumano. We'll deal 2 damage with the Raiju. They don't really have too many positive blocks this way. I mean, we'll have to at least double block if they want to get rid of something this way. The Savella does have, you know, 4 toughness, so they can go intermediate here. But if they, you know, we'll at least trade off with something. Rahilda's gonna go through. Or kill it, rather, not go through. And we go down to 9 damage here, so if they don't get rid of the Rahilda, we're gonna be able to drop their Kura the Bound the Sky right on their own head. I don't think they're gonna like that much. Tenacious Pup, okay. Okay. Are they gonna draft with this Garrick, or are they gonna +1? I don't know. I don't know. Let's see what you want to do, Garrick. Garrick.
I'm gonna cut you down.
Please don't cut me down. I was, if you do it, like, do it quick, you know? That's a pretty big axe you got there. You might be able to cut me down. So let's see what you got here. What is this? Search your library for a basic land card. The Dawn Shredder Elk. Kovari, Calvori, Trample Vigilance. I don't think this threatens me that much, though. Yeah, I mean, it's got Trample Vigilance as a 3/5. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's that scary. We got another Thundering Raiju. Oh, wowee. Wowee. Okay. Let's go ahead and drop this for green, I suppose. Okay, we're going to just drop the Generous Visitor just to get it out because it's more mana efficient. And then go with Thundering Raiju. So let's go for Generous Visitor. We can get for Cura, but I don't know. This thing has... Do they have Reach? I guess they don't have Reach either. But we've already committed to the Generous Visitor and Thundering Raiju option here. So screw it. Screw it. And they've got 3/5, so we have to make sure everything has at least 4 damage that's swinging in. So we could do this, and then... No, we can't swing with the Generous Visitor, so... okay. Let's go ahead and just give it to this Thundering Raiju. We got one more counter on the Hot Springs, too. So I'm going to swing in to your face. Yep, let's go ahead and do this, and we at least want to give this 4/4, and we want this to survive, I guess. So I guess we'll put this on the... I guess we'll just put it on the Raiju. I don't think it matters a whole lot. I mean, they're going to have some positive matchups here, though. But we're going to deal so much damage, I think we're going to be okay. If they don't have any sort of way to gain life, I think we're going to be able to trudge right through their defenses here. We also have a Roaring Earth. I mean, this thing can be kind of sneaky if they tap out for some reason. I mean, I don't think they would, but they can be kind of sneaky. So, Rahilda is safe. I mean, they could double block one of these Raijus and kill it. But they're at least going to take 1 casualty, and they're down to 4 life, so... okay, so Exile. That's going to be a good game. I don't know if they knew that or not, but okay, we will gladly take it. Let's go. So we're back here at the hideout with the post-game rep. Definitely just gotta say, this deck was pretty good. I'm still not sure if I want to go with Halana and Alena partners, and I think you can probably run some removal over Generous Visitor. It's just really close here, because especially with the Roaring Earth and Invigorating Hot Springs, I'm just so torn on some of the things on this deck. I know that, I know a lot of people are going to give me some flack, hey, this doesn't have any removal. I think that it's just so aggro, and like the way that it plays out, you kind of just like don't need any. Like, I mean, the Kumano also gets rid of the gas and eye twitches, so I don't know. I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to put some removal in here. I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to run Toski over Halana and Alena, but no, I think this deck is pretty good. I'm not super mega confident it's optimized. I think there's definitely some things you could change out here, but either way, go ahead and tinker around with it. Let me know. Leave me a like. The button looks just like this. Go ahead and yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me how ugly I am in the comments. Just do something that really helps with the channel, and I'm really happy to say I appreciate all of you. But until the next episode, I will see you then. ManaMan out.